When it comes to guys, you know the way to know he likes you? If he unequivocally, clearly, without circumlocution, tells you. Guys are a lot more straightforward. You see, and that's something that a lot of women don't understand. They come to you as a guy, you're watching the TV, and they look at you and say, what's on your mind? Usually when a guy's watching TV, he's watching TV. You know, men are better at compartmentalizing. You know, women have like a spaghetti way of thinking. Someone described it that way. One thought is connected to another, so there's one train of thought, you know, leading to another and another, you know, and it's just an endless stream of connected thoughts. But a guy is usually in the moment, okay? So there are many reasons why ladies say many things without saying anything. First and foremost, because culturally, and I dare say even biblically, men are supposed to be the one to do the chasing. So when a woman is interested in you, she finds a way to hint you without telling you verbatim. All right, and that's why you now need a YouTube live to understand all the coded talk, like see your bigot, you know. When a woman begins to give you all those subtle jab, what you might think is an insult. Now, man, you're making progress. You see, you're not doing bad at all. When she says, this one we are playing like this, don't let your girlfriend break my head. She is stylishly trying to ask, do you have a girlfriend? Is there space for me? You know, and all of that. But listen, media team, zoom in closer for a bit. Just to be dramatic, you zoom out. Listen, let me tell you something. When it comes to guys, you know the way to know he likes you? If he unequivocally, clearly, without circumlocution, tells you, I like you. Listen, that's the end of this life. If that's the only thing you pick, you've got it. You see? Very simple, very straightforward. Don't say I didn't tell you. It doesn't matter what he does, the signals that he gives, the coded language, you know, what you interpret to be subtle communication. If he doesn't clearly, unequivocally tell you, call your name and say, I like you. And not just that, it goes a step further to prove it consistently, then he doesn't like you. Assume that he doesn't. Listen, guys are straightforward and guys are go-getters. If he likes you, chances are he's going to pursue you. You know, it's only in rare cases there are some people who are just shy. But sometimes even what you define as shyness is a guy who has not really made up his mind. All right? So please bear that in mind. All right? In fact, if that's the only thing that you get from this, you've gotten a lot already. But now, it becomes a lot more precarious when a guy tells you he likes you, but you want to know for sure that he does, because not everybody who says I like you actually does. I'm sure some of you know that from experience. So that's what this YouTube live will be centered around. Okay, yeah, he has said he likes me. He's coming around. He's showing interest. How then can I know that he's for real? How can I tell that he really likes me? Let me say this. First and foremost, some of you probably didn't notice that there's a difference, a very noticeable difference between the topic from last week and the topic this week. Last week we said how to know she's attracted to you. This week we said how to know he likes you. Because let me tell you something. If you're talking about attraction for guys, every Tom, Dick, Harry, and Bingo, the choice of names were very intentional, will be attracted to you. That's a fact, you know, so it has to be deeper than attraction. Listen, for ladies, all right, attraction, especially sexual attraction, has more often than not has a lot to do with their love. That's how they show love. But a guy can get there, do that, and there is nothing. It was just about the sex. So you have to understand this. First and foremost, this is a Christian channel, and I want to believe that every Christian under the sound of my voice understands that the bed is meant to be left undefiled before marriage. Listen, it doesn't really matter how popular these things are. The standard of the Lord stands sure, and everyone who names the name of Christ should depart from iniquity. I just want to make that unequivocally clear. And I can give you 1,001 reasons why even what is biblically required makes practical, logical sense. If at the dating phase, you're already touching and doing all those things, you stand more chances, practically, of that relationship breaking up. God is so wise. And many times, his principles are not to restrict us. His principles are to make us better. So bear that in mind. But hey, let's cut to the chase now. How to know that he likes you. Number one, his compliments aren't always physical. I know you like it when maybe a guy says, the shape of your nose, it seems like it was, carved in the best ivory, making company, and all of that. You like, your neck reminds me of the Eiffel Tower. You like all those kind of scoop. But I want to say this. Whilst that might be okay, here and there, if that's all that he notices about you, it just might well be a red flag. I learned this from, what's this man of God's name? There's this Christian relationship coach now. I think his name is Stefan or something. A great guy, great content, okay? All right. So now, there has to be more to that, okay? So what else has he noticed about you? Let me tell you something. It will be a great sign that you are, in the right hands, let me put it that way, when he says, I like the way you think. I like the way I like how committed you are to your career. I like the way you make decisions. So when he notices something else about you, that says a lot. Because let me tell you this. When it is centered around sex, oh my God, you will be very deluded. Because let me say this. A guy will pretend, go to church, do anything to get your back on his bed, and he will imitate all the symptoms of a genuine love situation, but just to get your back on his bed. So listen to me, please, about the surest way to test the sincerity of the motives is to take sex out of the picture. Take it out the way and see what's left. If everything crumbles, So let me say this. This is one perfect way to just sieve the wolves from the sheep, In fact, the first step I gave you, is very powerful. And this one, you can as well just close your window now, because that's it. Because most times, guys who are not serious, the moment you just shut the door of the conversation regarding sex, and they see they are not making a headway, they begin to post you. They are no longer interested in dates. They were enthusiastic about seeing you, but now, they're giving excuses, because the moment you say you're not interested in sex, now they don't want to see you, because it was really about the sex. And they begin to avoid you. And they even get irritable, or just whimsically bring out flimsy, occasions for quarreling. All right? So bear that in mind. This is very, very important. This is one important key. See, let me say something to you. A guy will cross 7 oceans, climb 1,000 mountains to get your back on his bed. Some of you know what I'm saying. Don't play games. As long as sex is even in the conversation, as long as Some overly flirtatious conversations are even permitted. It's very difficult to test the sincerity of the motives. Very, absolutely. The difficulty, it can't be overemphasized. All right? So, bear this in mind. Okay? Let me say this. I want to read a story to you. Some of you know the story, a very touching story in 2 Samuel chapter 13, verse 4. So, this guy, Ammon, was in love with a lady named Tamar. He said he was in love. In fact, the Bible says he was in love. 2 Samuel 13 from verse 4. He says, from verse 1, it says he loved her. All right? Not just did he love her, he loved her so much, he fell sick. These are the things when you're watching Nollywood movie, you say, forget it. He's in love with you. See the way he has lost weight, oh. Pity him now, say yes. Hey! Sister! And here's the thing. Some of us ladies, unfortunately, we come from dysfunctional homes. We're not used to hearing I love you. And so when someone comes, not just holding red flags, wearing red flag, we still just walk in this self-delusion that maybe there is some iota of truth in it. I'm begging you. It doesn't really matter how sincere he sounds, how sincere he looks. There are some things that, jeopardize the whole thing. And in fact, let me tell you this. Some guys even truly believe they're in love. They truly believe. And you save them from that self-delusion by, number one, removing sex. Just remove sex first. Put it aside. See if he can keep a conversation. Just tell him, you know what? I appreciate all your compliments. I like your eyes. When I look into your eyes, it looks like I'm falling into a well that has no bottom. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Shakespeare. Can we have any other conversation? When it's not about sex and the lyrics has ended, run.